Mr. Mooney.
Lieutenant Commander Mooney, USNR.
You joined the Navy?
No, but I've been in the reserve for years.
Oh.
Yes, I'm in this uniform because I report for duty today.
You mean you're leaving the bank?
Oh, don't get your hopes up. No, I'm just going on a 2-week training cruise.
Oh.
But I shall return.
Oh, good.
Meanwhile, when I'm gone, I want this office kept shipshape. You understand that, sailor?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's start with a clean sweep down fore and aft.
How's that?
Pick up the letters.
Oh.
May I remind you that you are using my dress sword?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. You know, Mr. Mooney, you look very handsome and very distinguished in that uniform. So manly.
Thank you.
What a change.
I know what you mean. My wife said the same thing.
Well, you do look very military. What did you get that ribbon for?
That's the Victory Medal.
Oh, you know, you're so modest. You never even told me you were in the war.
Mrs. Carmichael, there are some things a man doesn't like to talk about.
Oh, I understand. Don't you say another word.
But there were times when things got pretty rough out there. They sent us to do a job, and we did it. Fighting men and fighting ships. Oh, yes, I remember once on the sub.
On the sub?
The Submarine.
You were on a submarine?
Oh, yes. The SS Porpoise. Yes. Once in the South Pacific, I had the con on the dog watch. Suddenly, my sharp eyes caught a glimpse of the enemy fleet. Did I panic? No. I sounded the alarm for a crash dive. I gave the order for periscope depth, and we closed for battle. I zeroed in on an enemy ship. Fire one! I ordered calmly. Torpedo away, came the answer. A moment later, we heard her hit home. We serviced. I rushed to the bridge, manned the machine gun, and began firing at the enemy aircraft. Got him!
You got it? Well, boy. Oh, are you going to command the same ship this time?
Command? Oh, well, you know how the Navy is. Experience doesn't really count for anything. No, I'm just going to be another fighting man assigned to a dreary desk.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Mooney. That doesn't seem fair.
Well, that's the way it goes. Well, I better get things squared away around here before I shove off.
Yes, Mr. Cheever called and said to be sure and sign the Wilson Trust papers before you go. They're very important.
Oh, yes. Well, you get them for me, please.
Yes, sir. They're right here in the safe.
Good.
Mr. Mooney, couldn't you apply for a transfer to a fighting ship?
Well, that would take too much time.
Oh.
But if they need me, I'm ready. I'm going to run that desk like a torch ship. There'll be no gold bricking in my office. When I give an order, those sailors are going to hop to it. And stand at attention when you're being addressed by a superior officer.
Yes, sir.
All right, now get those papers.
Yes, sir.
First.
There they are, sir.
Mrs. Carmichael.
Yes, sir.
Were you raised in a barn?
No, sir. I was raised in James.
Then close that safe! You bent my sword.
Terribly sorry. I'll fix it here.
Never mind, you've done enough damage
I
already.
can straighten it out for you, Mr.
Tony,
Mooney.
Clancy. Hello, Bill. You ready to go?
Just about, yes, sir. Oh, this is my secretary, Mrs. Carmichael. Mrs. Carmichael, Commander Moore.
How do you do, Miss Carmichael? I just stopped by to take Ted down to the base.
Oh, how nice. Did you get assigned to a dreary desk job, too?
No, not exactly.
Oh.
Mrs. Carmichael, he is the commander of a submarine.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Don't you think it's terrible what they did to Mr. Mooney after all of his years of experience?
What's this?
Never mind, Mrs. Carmichael.
Now, don't be modest. Didn't he tell you what he did on his ship during the war?
Ship? I thought you were the housing officer in Wichita.
Well, yes, for a while. I was just outside of Wichita. I wasn't right.
But he was also a real fighting man on a fighting ship, on a submarine.
Oh.
You never told me any of this, Ted.
I know I didn't.
Commander, there are certain things that a man doesn't like to talk about.
Well, a man with your experience shouldn't be tied down to a desk.
That's what I say.
You keep out of there.
I may be able to pull some strings and get you down in my submarine.
Down in a... Well, no, I wouldn't want to put you to any trouble. I mean to say, they may be short-handed down at the housing office. They may need me.
Oh, nonsense. Any oddball can handle that job.
That's right, Mr. Mooney. Let him get another oddball for that job. You deserve to be on active service. Now, you go with the commander and do what's best for the United States Navy. I'll take care of everything here.
You already have.
Well, Ted, let's shove off and get some water over our heads. Bye, Miss Carmichael.
Bye, Commander. Nice knowing you.
Thank you.
Good luck, sir. Goodbye, Mr. Mooney.
I'll see you when I get back. If I get back.
Mr. Mooney's office. Oh, yes, Mr. Cheever. No, sir, he just left, sir. The Wilson papers? Oh, yes. Yes, sir, I know how important they are, sir. Yes, sir, you'll have them right away, sir. Yes, sir. He forgot to sign the papers. Put them in here. What's that combination? 32.